Hi guys, this is Ratchet's role, and we are playing Criminal Case, City of Romance, Case 11, a priceless murder. Let's allow chapter 3 and we just saw somebody in the boutique. Maybe a thief. I think they're coming out this way. Katerina, get your cuffs ready. It could be our killer. Or just a thief. Hold it right there. What do you think you're... Oh, such a Katerina. You startled me. Oh, it's you. Brigadier Bonnet. We thought you were the killer. What are you doing sneaking around the boutique? I wasn't sneaking around. I came to see if you needed help keeping people away from the crime scene, since Love Fest is still happening. Well, there were some people here earlier, but Katerina made quick work of kicking them out. Oh, that's good to hear. Well, then I'll leave you to it, Sergeant Katerina. Man, I really thought she was a killer returning to the scene of the crime. Or a thief just taking a chance to steal the jewels. But it's true that more people might show up for Love Fest soon. We'd better do another sweep of the square before that happens. Yes. Yeah, coffee, and the killer put cyanide in the coffee, you drank it and you dropped dead. I just keep hearing noises even through my headphones. Katrina, this is a map of the victim's jewelry boutique. And look, there's something written on it. Let's check out the markings. Wait, what are these broken pieces you found? We should put them back together to figure out what they are. And what's this little device? Is that a camera? There's probably something recorded on it. We gotta unlock it. I felt like I was gonna sneeze. Alright, let's dust the blueprint. Oh. Annotations. Katerina, the drawing on the map mentions a secret passage. And that secret passage leads to another room labeled Hugo's library. You're right, Monsieur Travers had mentioned that Victor Hugo's house was next door to the boutique. Do you think there's a secret passage between the two? Let's ask Monsieur Travers about this map. Why have a secret passage? Oh, it's a skull. It looks very priceless. Very expensive, I must say. And why was it broken? Katerina, this is a jeweled skull. It's just like the art piece that the artist Mark Hammerstein said he was working on in collaboration with the victim. He didn't tell us any of the skulls were actually finished. But this one clearly was. But why was it broken? Let's see what Mr. Hammerstein can tell us about this. Okay. Alright, let's unlock the mini camera. It's unlocked. Katrina, now that you got that swell camera unlocked, let's get to Amble to see the footage. Okay. Alright, let's go to Travers first. Monsieur Travers, do you know anything about this map? It shows a possible secret passage between Monsieur Lemarchand's boutique and Victor Hugo's house. Yes, I asserted that the secret passage exists. And Hugo hinted at the secret passage in his poem Montana when he wrote along the back wall of thy cellar. Nay, there may be some odd thing hidden away. But I needed access in order to discover the truth. The docents of Victor Hugo's house denied the existence of such a passage. I thought if I could conduct my search from the other side of the wall, in Lemarchand's boutique, I could prove the passage exists. Did you approach him about it? Yes, and he threatened to call the police, which would have cut me off from any further research and ruined my career. Well, of course he was going to, you were snooping around. So I tried to share a supercar with Lemarchand's assistant and ply her with a gift of oysters, but she called me a creep. Who knows what's waiting to be uncovered in that secret passage? This will be the discovery of a century. Monsieur Travers, if you murder Lemarchand, you won't have the right to explore any place but a prison cell. Oh, you could be the assistant, and it could be you, dude. Alright, let's go to Hammerstein now. Mr. Hammerstein, we found what we believe to be one of your art pieces, but it was broken. That is not one of my creations, it is a facsimile. You're already familiar with my project involving 365 human skulls replicas to be adorned with polished black opals. Yes, we assumed this was one of those. It isn't, or I would never have crushed it to pieces. The black opals affixed to this skull are fake. Lemarchand planned to keep the valuable stones for himself. Oh. I believe the right words to describe these imposter stones are that con artist Lemarchand can be found in Hugo's poetry for they falsely sing the purity of his black soul. Now, I was super to cash for a very important oyster dinner with another artist. Oh, it could be you, dude. Is there something interesting on the camera? Emil, was the footage of the camera Katrina found helpful for our case? Yes, definitely. Here, take a look. Okay. Monsieur Lemarchand admitted you are an imposter. How dare you make that accusation? I'm Jean-Yves Lemarchand. I am a highly skilled jeweler. One of my claims is fraudulent? I got no problem with you claiming to be a jeweler, but I do take offense that you would claim to be me. What on earth are you talking about? Do you think you can hurt my business without affecting yours? You got another thing coming. Okay. Well, that's some confrontation there between our victim and Sammy Malou. Yes, and I can tell you that it's clear from the size of the camera that this recording was made without Monsieur Lemarchand's knowledge. But does this fight make sense to you? Well, we know Lemarchand's boutique agreed to be a hub for the Lover Apps event happening right now. Which means that if app users go to Lemarchand's to give each other hearts in the app, the hearts will be worth doubled. But we didn't know that this deal between them had gone sour. Let's ask Monsieur Malouf about this. Yeah. What were you fighting about? Monsieur Malou, we found a video you recorded of your confrontation with Monsieur Lemarchand. Care to explain? Yes, Lemarchand was a greedy fraudster. As you know, we had agreed that his boutique would be a hub for the Love Fest heart exchange going on. We had also arranged this with many other businesses. But Lemarchand took it upon himself to call those other businesses, impersonating me, and convince them to cancel. Oh. What? Why would he do that? Because he was greedy. If his was the only business participating in Love Fest, he'll get all the attention. But how do you know it was Monsieur Lemarchand who made the calls? Because the manager at my favorite oyster bar around the corner got one of those calls. The caller claimed to be me, but my friend could tell it was Monsieur Lemarchand. But the other businesses were still fooled and cancelled their participation. I've been taking supercars all over trying to tell them the truth. That Lemarchand ruined everything for Love Fest. I'm not happy he's dead, but I'm glad he won't benefit from all my hard work. Oh, it's not going to be you. Wow, Katrina, we uncovered even more bad blood between our suspects and our victim. Apparently, Lemarchand called around to local businesses pretending to be Sam and Malou and convinced them to pull out of Love Fest. He also kept the valuable black opals Mark Hammerstein gave him for their collaborative art piece and used fake ones instead. And Monsieur Travels was angry that Lemarchand didn't let him search for a supposed secret passage connecting the boutique to Victor Hugo's house. Lemarchand was definitely the center of controversy, whether he was the cause or not. Well, to find those final pieces of the puzzle, we should take another look around the boutique where we found his body. Let's go. Okay. And whoever it was, he had to be close to the victim just so he could put cyanide into his coffee. So it's most likely to be the assistant. And this must be the coffee cup he drank from. Katarina, is that the victim's coffee mug? Nadia said the killer poisoned the victim's coffee. We'll collect a sample from it and see what else we can learn. Yeah, and you're right, the killer might have dished something in the trash. We'll dig through it for clues. Katarina, we're getting closer to making Lemarchand's killer a jewel in our crowd. Oh, yeah, jewel in the crowd, alright. Alright, let's look to the trash can first. We found the poison. Katrina, this bottle you find in the trash can has a skull on it. It's poison. We'll have Enzo check it out to make sure it secures his poison and to see what else he can learn from it. Okay. Alright, let's collect something from the coffee cup. Excellent, Katrina. Now we got a sample from the victim's coffee mug. Let's send it to the lab. Okay. Did the killer leave something on the poison bottle? And is this the poison bottle that killed Lemarchand? Katrina, this bottle of cyanide matches what was in the victim's system. Great news! And the killer must have left other traces of themselves on the bottle, right? Yes, they did. Soaked into the label was a solution, which I was able to isolate and analyze. The solution was a mixture of saline, tea tree oil, and powdered meladonium, which is a common disinfectant for nose piercings. This proves that your killer has a nose piercing. Yeah. Pretty soon, Katarina will have this bull by the nose ring. Heh, yeah. Alright, now the coffee residue. Enzo, what traces did the killer leave when they poisoned the victim's coffee? Well, remember that the killer left oyster juice on the mug itself? Yeah. But in the coffee itself, along with the poison, I found some skin cells that weren't the victims, but the killer's. How do you know the skin cells were the killer's? Because my analysis showed that the cells came from someone with curly hair, which your victim didn't have. So it's your killer who has curly hair. Katerina, we are close to getting the killer by their short and curlies. Yeah. Katerina, we got enough evidence to catch Jean-Yves Lemarchand's killer. Let's go get him. Yeah. Oh, I thought it was going to be a sister, but she doesn't have a curly hair. No piercing. Well, if his hair like this counts as curly, then he's our man. Come on. That's it. That's a badge. That's a badge. Oh, it's not a mistake. Thank God. Mr. Hammerstein, you're under arrest for the murder of Jean-Yves Lemarchand. What? But why would I murder a collaborator on an art piece? Maybe because he fooled you? Our investigation showed that Lemarchand was a difficult person to work with. Clearly the same goes for your art project too, knowing you swapped out your valuable opals for fakes. Maybe he just pushed you too far and you decided to poison his coffee to get back at him. It was to get back at him. He refused to return my very valuable black opals even after I discovered what he'd done. So then you killed him? No, I tried to cut a deal with him. I suggested that we make even more skulls using his fake opals. And we could sell those fake pieces at the show, where the skulls with the real opals would be on display. Fix those or not, my fans would pay plenty. But Lemarchand had already sold off my real opals. He had my future by the stones. I'd be ruined. It was the ultimate double cross, so I pretended to forgive him. I told he would use the fake opals and go forward with the project. And then you murdered him. Yes, the ultimate poetic justice. I put cyanide in his coffee, and I planned to come back after he was dead to collect his head. His skull will become the centerpiece of my show. It was the only way he could make up for what he'd done. Well, Mr. Hammerstein, French law doesn't even allow an eye for an eye, so your head for some opals transaction won't fly. You're under arrest. Monsieur Hammerstein, you are charged with the murder by poisoning of Jean-Yves Lemarchand. How do you plead? Guilty, Your Honor. I knew one day my art would get me in trouble. Your art has nothing to do with our presence in the courtroom today. We are here because of your petty act of murder in response to a personal injustice. And in response to that murder, this court sends you to 25 years in prison. I will find a way to continue my art, even while locked away for 25 years. I will re-emerge with the most incredible art the world has ever seen. Oh dear. Wow, Katrina, we learned over the course of the case that Lemarchand was difficult to work with, but apparently not as difficult as Hammerstein. I understand being angry that Lemarchand defrauded him by switching out and selling those stones, but responding with murder is intense. At least now there aren't any murderers running around among the people at place that was called Lovefest. True. I wonder how Lovefest is going. Emil's using the app, isn't he? I'd be curious to learn more about that. I wouldn't mind getting in on some of that Lovefest action myself. And nothing to indicate what's going to be. Or maybe there is an indication to what is going to be happening in this district. So something to do with Hearts, Love, Lovefest, and Love App. And only 3. Follow your hearts. Alright, we're gonna stop here. We're gonna continue playing it Follow Your Hearts, number 1. So, thank you for watching. Don't leave a like to this video, and I'll see you again. Goodbye!